All right. Well, we are live, and welcome to those who have watched our through line. This is the final Q&A, and I am really honored to have Gillian with us. I Blame Society. I think it's still the West Coast premiere in a sense,
Totally,
and
100%.
I'm excited to have you along with all the other filmmakers we've had this week. This has been great, and I'm excited to end with you. And I think I've gotten a lot of personal friends who have had some thoughts about your film, and I'm hoping they jump onto the live chat and we can funnel those questions to you. But I want you to just introduce yourself a little bit, tell us a little bit about your background and what propelled you in this direction, and the film a little bit. We'd love to hear about it.
Well, my name's Gillian Horvat. I'm the writer, director, actor in I Blame Society. And my background is in film and also film history. So I do a lot of work in the critical aspect of film, not writing reviews per se, but also in doing special features for classic films, and then the Blu-ray release of those. I produced a documentary about Sam Fuller a couple years ago. I program for film festivals, and then I try to make films when I can.
Nice. Well, you made one. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's great.
Thank you.
I'm sure people will ingest it in all kinds of ways, and as it becomes more available, I think we'll get to see. But I want I'm assuming we'll get some thoughts and stuff. But why don't you tell us a little bit of the process for you in terms of production, from kind of when the seed was planted and when you began plotting, so to speak.
Well, it's kind of like a two-phase thing. The first phase was when I made the short documentary that is in the film that you see on that Gillian and Keith are watching on the laptop. And I made that in 2014, 2015, where I really got a compliment from some friends that they thought I would make a good murderer. And I kind of thought that that would be a great impetus for a Werner Herzog style documentary narrative hybrid. And so I started filming that as a short documentary, and I did it, and you see a fair amount of it in the film. But it was kind of a bit cutesy when I finished it, so I didn't put it out. And then I kind of I was in the process of making my first feature, and I was running into a lot of the hurdles that Gillian runs into in the film, in the sense of the powers that be challenging a female filmmaker about the film that they want to make, because it doesn't seem like the kind of movie a woman should be supposed to making.
Right.
So when my wonderful producers and I faced that hurdle, I happened to mention the short documentary as more in terms of it was kind of at the beginning of their period of managing, producing me. And I was telling them about all the stuff I'd done in the past. I was like, oh man, I'm such a fucking lunatic. One time I made this short documentary about how I would make a great murderer. And they're like, that sounds really interesting. So they wanted to see it. And then they kind of had this idea of, we should finish this short documentary as a narrative fiction feature and give me that elusive holy grail first feature director credit, so that people couldn't use that as an excuse anymore about not making features with me, that I hadn't done it before. So this is, I Blame Society is that super important cherry pop for a female filmmaker, or at least you rid the gatekeepers of that excuse if you haven't done that before.
Oh, that's great. Good answer, Gillian. Good answer. That was really great. I'm gonna jump right in because we did have a question pop up, and I think it's just great to keep going with it. So,
Great.
Joshua says he really enjoyed the film. How did you go about assembling your crew, and what was the most challenging part when making mostly a POV style film?
Um, the crew was Olivia Kwan was my DP. She shot everything I ever did. So if you like go to Vimeo and watch my shorts, that's also Olivia. She did everything. Also, that's also Kanan, who has been my sound recordist ever since that Fuller documentary. A lot of the crew I've been working with constantly, and they keep coming back for some reason. And the POV idea is like very centered in like wanting to make a real found footage movie, like something that doesn't cheat. Because I love the idea of something that really feels authentic and like a true document or an artifact of an incident. And those things can be really unsettling, especially when you're introducing murder or sex or something that needs that touch of the real to it. And so not breaking the rules when it comes to footage is super important. So Olivia and I talked about it, and there's really no cheating at all, for better or for worse, and that means that there are jump cuts, and there are all the band-aids of real documentary filmmaking in it. And even if that leads to some trouble in like delivering the film finally, like there are lots of different frame rates in the film, for example, and when you sell your film or whatever, they want all the frame rates to be the same. It's just this weird quality control delivery process. But it was really important to me, for example, to I lost my light, to shoot the film in a way that like it's not an Alexa pretending to be a cell phone. It really is a cell phone, right?
Right. No, that's great. I think that answered that for Joshua. So just to touch, to let you know a little bit on our format, because we didn't get a chance to talk prior to this much. We've got this. You're looking at a setup that's a kind of three camera setup here in our typical space where we would have had you come visit us and share your film with us and stuff. So it's kind of odd because I don't get to really look at you and you don't get to see me, but we really do enjoy having you be able to be seen on these feeds. So to remind people that this chat will be, or the stream will be available throughout the weekend for the film, and you can maybe add chat questions after the fact, and those could be potentially answered up and followed up by us later as well. So Gillian, tell me about, well, where's the film at now? I know it got recently had kind of a catalyst, and now where are you going with it and where are you headed?
This has been a really exciting weekend because it's like the film premiered at Rotterdam in competition, and then we had like this weekend in the spring, which was amazing, when it was at Maryland and Calgary Underground at the same time, and then it had this lull. And this weekend it's at Indie Memphis and Eastern Oregon and the Hof Film Festival in Germany all at the same time. So it's very like feast or famine right now. And then hopefully super soon, like early next year, it'll be out in theaters and VOD via our distributor Good Deed Entertainment and their genre label Cranked Up. So they've come on board and they are very supportive. They're a dream, super transparent and thoughtful. I love it.
Wonderful. Well, I really look forward to seeing it get out, and more people getting a chance to see it. And let's see if there's any more questions in here. I have one. You talked about it, of course, just kind of being a female filmmaker, and some of the current hurdles that exist for you. Do you find that now that, like you said, you work towards that cherry pop, are you
Right.
seeing now opportunities just because of that, in a way, as you alluded to? Like, have you seen this help catalyze another step for you already, or things is it creating momentum for you?
I hope so. It's very confusing because of the COVID situation. this would have been, fortunately, I got to go to Rotterdam in person, but then
Great.
shortly afterwards, a lot of festivals became virtual only. And I mean, most of them did. So a lot of the opportunities that, first time filmmaker has to get connections and to bring buzz to their films is on the ground at a film festival like Eastern Oregon. And having it suspended into the virtual world is still great because it means the prestige of being selected, but it also it you lose the opportunity to buttonhole producers when they're drunk and make them promise to watch your movie and to
Exactly.
give, and so it's a little bit, there's less schmoozing and whatever. So, and also, the promises of quick production, everybody says, like, I don't know when we're going to start shooting again. Everything is changing very rapidly. So I don't think it's, I'm glad I made the film, and whenever I would have made it, it was a lucky time to make it.
Yeah.
But it's a little unlucky in the timing of, it's hard to like catalyze, like you say, it to into the next thing.
Right.
So um I'm hoping that, when the film comes out in theaters and VOD, I can use that um, to to build that buzz and to get people to pay attention to look at the next things that I want to do, and to for the rest of the opportunities. But I mean, no matter what, that stigma is gone, and I'm not a virgin, and I won't be a virgin ever again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want I have like three or four small crew in my audience here as we manage this whole thing, but I wanted to see if anybody out here has a question. Um, I think that when I'm curious about where you're going, like, do you have stories you want to move forward after this? And has COVID, I mean, has the situation kind of, have you been thoughtful about the situation so much that you've put away ideas so that you can work towards maybe a productive or profitable future under the situation?
I'm really trying. It's one of those things where the goalposts keep moving. Of some people say everything's going to be back to normal rather soon, and other people say not for 2 years. So I think it's in everybody's best interest to come up with an idea that is rather compact and involves people speaking, like, I mean, to name an example of a film like an unfriended situation, something that's um over the web, or for some reason your film, people really can't touch each other because they've all got like psoriasis or something. I don't know. But I think that I have been trying to like come up with kind of like more like Buñuelian, Jean-Claude Carrier kind of ideas that really function in like a surreal one location setting. But in the meantime, I'm still working on the ideas that I have that do involve um, pre-COVID or ideally post-COVID situations, because I'm my work is really concerned with sexuality. So I think it's difficult to do that without touching. I think that I want everybody on my set to be safe. Like, no movie is worth getting a disease that is potentially permanently neurologically debilitating. But I think that if everybody goes in understanding the risks and being protected, and with the universal health care that we all deserve, I hope that we can all find like a way forward where we all feel like we are making decisions consciously and with full consent. So,
That's great. Yeah, I think that's very thoughtful, and either from all landscapes, not just filmmaking, but down to how do we organize events like this and promote this type of stuff with audiences? Like, how can we be innovative and creative and excited about possibilities instead of basically just throwing in the towel? So I
totally.
I applaud the continuation and the drive to get your film out in new ways, and I hope that with your partner distributor you really do start to see some great new avenues maybe, because I think your film is uh, important for people to see, and I hope that our audience really can get through it. It can be a hard watch, I think, but I think it challenges a lot of interesting things, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have you speak with us from your car in the dark, and I think it's appropriate that we end on this for our Q&As for the weekend, and that yeah, any final words for you to share with our audience? And if more questions come in on the chat, like I said, this is recorded later so we can check back. But anything from you, Gillian, you'd like to share to, filmmakers, female filmmakers, aspiring young female filmmakers trying to figure out how do they pop their cherry? What do you tell them?
It's not going to be comfortable, but being in control of it as much as you can, and don't let anybody talk into making a story that you're not 100% passionate about. It really should be coming from you and from on the inside, because you're going to lose years of your life. You're going to work through a lot of goodwill and favors. It really better be something that you care deeply about, even if it's just something super personal and you're basically caring deeply about yourself. I think that emotionally, what you need to carry you through is the feeling that it's really worth it. So it can't feel like it's some kind of algorithmic or algebraic bargain to get to the next place where you are. You better really like what you're doing while you're doing it, because it's going to be a long slog.
Thank you. Those are great words. Gillian, again, thank you very much. Good luck with the film. Good luck with the future. We'll keep following your film and your work, and we hope to have you back next year. We're going to send passes.
Oh my God, yes.
Come hang out
I
in
love
LeGrand
that.
with us. We'd love to have
I
you.
know, right?
Awesome.
Oh my God, and the car dies. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Christopher. Thank you very much, Eastern Oregon Film Festival.
Thank you, Gillian. Be well.
All right, take care. Bye.